So this video is to show you a little bit about these Canon Vixias. I have 3 of them here. Just some basics of using them and how to insert a memory card. These will be the cameras you'll use most often in the video 1 class. Let me switch camera here for a sec. So if you look at them, they look the same. We have 3 different models. We have the 300, the 400, and the 600 right there. And we actually have a model 100. They're all silver, but the batteries don't last very long. They still work. In fact, some of the features of them, in some ways, they're better than these. Anyway, so the first thing is they all have these open up doors. Let me see if I can keep this in view. This open up door. Someone left the door open on that. But the newer ones, the 600 and the 400, the power button is right here, on, off. Set that aside. This one, there's the power button there. On the 300, if you don't see the power button here, here's the basic thing. If you don't see the power button here, look for it there. That's where it is. Or vice versa, if you're looking for the power button and you can't see it on the end, open up the door and you'll find it. There's some minor differences, like the ring. This one's black, this is silver. The 2 silver ones look kind of similar. This one is shinier. This one is duller. It doesn't matter. But anyway, so I'm going to show you a few things. First of all of them have this little button here that you slide down for the shutter. I'm sorry, I keep saying shutter, but it's the lens cover, and it's manual. See, that's one thing that was better on the older cameras, is it was automatic. When you turn it on, the lens cover opened up. But anyway, open it up and always check for fingerprints. I'm not sure how, but kids are always sticking their fingers in there and they'll end up with a smudge on here. And if you don't take care of it, you'll see that smudge in all your videos. So with a microfiber cloth, a clean one, just wipe it. Or if you're out in the field and you don't have one, microfiber, just use the inside of your t-shirt, not the outside because you might have dust and dirt on it, but just open it up. This one has the power button here, so I'm going to turn this on. And it takes a second to open up and turn on, I mean. But you'll see a screen. Let me see, is that in focus? I think I have this camera set on manual focus, so I have to move it. Now, you can see the screen. It does rotate. You can flip it around like this. There's the file name error because there's not a card in there. There's no card. But you can flip it around this way. If you've got it on a tripod pointing this way, you can kind of look at it. Let me switch cameras here for a sec. So it's nice on this because if you're sitting here and your camera's on a tripod like this and you're interviewing someone there, you can look and see what's on the screen easy. Anyway, going back to this other camera. So right here, it's all touch screen. So first of all, I'm going to show you how to erase the card. And I have to put a card in. So I'm going to open up the door, flip this open. This camera, the 300s have a little click. You can hear that. Anyway, open this up, take the memory card, and the copper side goes towards the back. And you're going to, if I can get my hands out of the way, and it goes in at an angle like, if I can find this. Oh, it's already got one in there. Look at that. I didn't know I had one in there. All right, so it goes in at an angle like this. If I tilt it just a little bit, that's probably the worst way. Yeah, right there. So you can see it's going in at an angle. And you just push it in with your finger. If it gets stuck, like if you have it in backwards, it should not go. Please don't force it. Make sure it goes in the right way. And just push it in. You'll feel it stop and then close the door. On this camera, wait for a click. One more thing I should tell you about these memory cards is they have a little plastic tab. It's kind of blurry. Let me get the glare off it. Right there. Can you see that? If you accidentally slide it down or on purpose, you slide that down with your fingernail. Now that's write protected. It's locked. You can't record onto it, which is good if you've got some precious video on there you don't want lost. But sometimes that gets slid down accidentally and it'll give you a message, an error message on the camera when you're trying to record. So always leave that up and be careful. Sometimes those plastic tabs fall off and then you're screwed. So anyway, so I'm going to close this door. Actually, I can't on this one because I need this button right here. On the Model 300, okay, this Model 300 only, you have to hit the home button. So if I hit the home button so I can get both here, I hit home. Now I'm on the tool menu. And the tool menu, for formatting the card, formatting, erasing, initializing, that all means the same thing. You're going to tap that, and you're going to tap the wrench button. Then you're going to go either all the way down several taps, or since it loops around, I'm just going to tap this right there once, and I go up to where it says, oh, I lied. Go up a little bit where it says initialize and tap on that. Okay, I missed it. I got fat fingers. So up, there's initialize. Tap on, come on, tap on initialize. There we go. Now it's there. Tap on the triangle next to it. This is hard doing it from the side. It'll take a second to look at your card, and it tells me if I were recording in the AV, I'm not sure if you can see that. It says AVCHD, that's the top one right above my finger, or MP4. I can't make that any closer. I don't know if I could focus any better. Let me try this. Oh, hang on. Yeah, it's hard. But the top one does say AVCHD. That's a different format, MP4 or photos. I have 0 of everything on there. But even so, I hit initialize, and it brings up another window. Be careful, you're going to erase everything you have, and hit yes. And it takes a second, but it's going to initialize, erase, or format the card. It's a good idea to erase your card or reformat it every time you use it in a new camera or a different camera. Anyway, then hit OK, and now it's completely erased. You can hit the X. One more thing while I'm here, you need to put it in full auto for now, and you'll see camera mode. You can kind of see the auto right there. Tap that, and just make sure you're in full auto. And that's good right there. All right, I'm going to power this one off. Good idea to make sure the camera's off when you remove or add a memory card. I didn't do that when I put it in, you noticed? Anyway, so now these other two are identical. I'll put this in this door, shut it, turn it on. When I turn it on, it's going to give you a little message. Probably say the door, the lens cover is shut. Yeah, check whether it's open or not. I'm going to open it. I'm going to look for fingerprints. I see some dust specks on there. I'm going to get rid of those. There's just a lot of dust, especially in Arizona, so that's good. Open this up. Tap on the home icon right there. Go to the tools. Tap on tools again. Tap on the wrench right there. And you could go pull this up, or you can go down because it's a loop and look for initialize right there. Then tap that. It's going to look at your memory card. Now I don't have anything on it. I have 0 AVCHD files, 0 MP4 files, and 0 photos. I mean, actually 0 minutes. Tap initialize. Excuse me. Now the other thing, if you're just erasing footage, you can do that. And that's really quick. But if you're having problems with your SD card, maybe you did a few other things and mucked it up really bad, you want to do a complete initialization, tap that right there, and it says, are you sure? It may take a little bit longer, but it's a good way to get your card, do a deep cleaning, so to speak. Do that, and it might take, for this card, not very long. I mean, look at it zip by. Okay, now that's done. And while we're at it, I'm going to go back to the recording mode. Oh, actually, not even the tools. I'm going to go to, it looks like I'm already in auto mode. You can't see, but if I can get it up against something black. Well, this little white box does say auto in it. It's just hard to see. But right over here, you can also tell that it's in auto mode. The other options here are you can have program mode, certain scenes and all that. But for now, until we learn how to do other things, just leave it in full auto and hit OK, and you're good. Power it off. Right there. Shut the lens cover. Actually, I'm going to do something else. We're going to do a little filming of something. So I'm going to power this back on, because this is kind of what your assignment, well, you're going to have an assignment where you film something. But I'm just going to hit record. Now, right now, you can see next to the movie camera it says 30000, a square, and that hand means for image stabilization. This button here is the record. So I'm going to hit record, 1, 2, 3. Now that square turned into a dot, and that's counting, okay? Oops, let me get that glare out of your way. You can see that counter is counting up. That means you're recording. So make sure you understand, this also tells you how many minutes you have left on your card. Tells you what format you're recording in. AVC HD is best. Recommend we do that. Do not use MP4. It's lossy, and you get better quality with AVC HD. Anyway, so you record whatever you're going to record. Point it over somewhere, then hit stop. We're going to power the camera off. Then I'm going to get my memory card out, flip that up, push in a little bit, pull that out. There it is. Set it off to the side for a sec. Close that so dust doesn't get in. Close this, and close the lens cover. Lift up right there. And then I don't even remember which one I took out. I'm going to guess, oh my gosh, eeny, meeny, miny, moe. Take that one. And we'll go over to the Final Cut. Let me come back over here. So we'll then take these memory cards. I'll figure out which one's the right one. And we'll go over to Final Cut and show you how to import from a memory card. Okay, so now we're over here at our computer. We've got our memory card. There is an SD card slot on the back of these computers. It is a good idea to have Final Cut open. So now you may be tempted to go ahead and stick this in the back of your computer and then look at it. An icon will show up here, and you're tempted to think, you're going to muck around inside the SD card. I recommend not doing that. I've known many students that have done that, thinking they know what they're doing or whatever, but they do something and it messes up their footage. The best practice for you to do, I recommend this, is first you get Final Cut open, create a new library, whatever you're going to do, create it. Mine is Intro to Cameras and SD Cards. And then when you plug in your memory card, it'll automatically open up the import window. So let me show you. So you're just going to reach around the back. You're going to find the slot right there. Make sure the copper side is down and the label side is up. You reach there, you find this, and you put it in. And then on Final Cut, you'll see the import window. That's what this is right here. The import window will just pop right up. There is your camera. I'm sorry, your memory card. This is just called Canon. And here's the one clip we shot. And if you want, you can skim over the top. There's only one clip, so I could either deselect it and hit import all, or I can click it and import the one. Okay, I can import that clip. If I had multiple clips in here, I could hold down the command key and pick and choose which ones I want. Anyway, I'm going to click this one. I'm going to hit import. I'm going to watch this little circle till it's done. A message will pop up in this corner right here saying the import is complete. Hit eject. If you wait long enough, it's going to go away. Hit eject. Okay? Hit eject. And then once you've hit eject, you can pull your memory card out. Okay? Let me do this one more time, and I'll show you what happens if you don't hit eject. Now, I do get this. I don't want to import again. Suppose I just close it. I don't eject the button. I could also eject it right here. There's a little eject symbol right there next to the word Canon. But suppose I just close this and I start my editing. I do all my editing, and then I quit Final Cut, and I come over here and I look, oh, there's my Canon. Well, you're going to be tempted to do all kinds of stuff in here, and you might mess up your footage, okay? Please don't. You've been warned. You've been warned. Anyway, if you just reach around and pull that out, you're going to get a message up here that says disk not ejected properly. next time, eject Canon before disconnecting or turn it off. So right click on it. Let me show you another way. Let me put this back in. Let me close this. So the way to eject the card, one way, right click, choose eject. Another way is make sure it's selected, then come over to the file menu and choose eject from the file menu. A third way would be to select it and use the keyboard shortcut that you see right here, Command E. So I could just come over here, click it, and then do Command E. Or, fourth way is I drag it down to the trash, and as soon as it says trash and it turns black, notice when I start dragging it, the trash can turns into an eject symbol. The minute I start dragging this down, eject symbol. And then it's out of the trash, not out of the trash, it's ejected properly, and you pull it out and you got it, and you're done. That's it.